Did you know you're a parasite?
Where is this coming from?
I saw someone calling stay-at-home wives parasites. The woman they described sounded exactly like you.
What are you reading?
Some article. It had a lot of good points. I realized I think I've been too soft on you. I'm going to be stricter from now on.
Stricter? What do you mean by that?
You're a stay-at-home wife, but your cooking sucks and you can't even clean properly. Yet you're living off my money every day doing nothing. You're a parasite.
That's really hurtful. I spend hours every day working on our home.
Working? The bathroom still had water spots yesterday.
You're the one who wanted me to be a stay-at-home wife. I'm more than happy to get a job.
No way! You have zero skills. You couldn't get hired anywhere.
That's not true at all. I worked for 3 years before we got married. My old boss actually told me I could come back anytime.
At that little marketing firm, they were just being nice. You don't have what it takes to survive in the real world.
You don't know that until I try.
I do know. I see how you struggle with basic household tasks. How could you handle a real job?
My housework isn't perfect, but that doesn't mean I couldn't succeed at a job.
Forget it. Just make sure dinner is good tonight.
I know that. I already planned a nice meal for tonight.
What are you making?
Your favorite pasta dish with the garlic bread you like.
You mean that watery sauce you made last time? My mother's recipe is so much better.
I'm following her recipe exactly. Maybe I could call her for tips?
Don't bother her. You should be able to figure it out on your own by now. You always make mediocre meals, and you still haven't learned how to cook like my mom does.
I've been practicing. It's getting better each time.
Not fast enough. You've had plenty of time to perfect it. What do you even do all day as a stay-at-home wife? You probably go back to sleep after I leave for work.
I don't. I clean, do laundry, go shopping, and everything else you ask me to do. I'm actually pretty busy.
Busy with what exactly? Break it down for me.
Well, today, I did 3 loads of laundry, cleaned the kitchen and bathrooms, went grocery shopping, prepared dinner, and organized your office like you asked.
That shouldn't take all day. My mom would have done all that and still had time to bake. Not as busy as people who actually work, people who contribute to society.
Keeping our home clean and organized is contributing.
To what?
To our marriage and your comfort. You said that's what you wanted.
I wanted a competent wife, not someone who does the bare minimum, and you're really slipping recently. I want a pretty wife, but you're starting to look like someone's aunt.
What do you mean?
Your hair and clothes are always messy, not exactly sexy.
I dress up when we go out.
You should look good all the time. That's part of being a good wife. You were even snoring last night.
Oh, I was snoring? It's been hot lately. Maybe I was extra tired.
I barely got any sleep because of it.
I'm sorry about that. Maybe I should see a doctor if it's that bad?
Great, another expense. Just sleep on your side. How can you be tired when you stay home all day? You really are a parasite.
Please don't talk to me like that. It honestly hurts my feelings.
I'm just telling the truth. Stay-at-home wives are parasites because they can't survive without leeching off their husbands.
I don't think of myself as a parasite. I thought we were partners.
Partners contribute equally. What exactly do you bring to this partnership?
I bring care, support, and maintain our home. That has value too.
Not equal value to what I provide. You're basically the same as someone unemployed living in their parents' basement. If you're upset about it, become a professional level housewife. That's what a proper stay-at-home wife is supposed to be. Until then, you're a parasite.
I'm trying my best every day. I wish you could see that.
Try harder. Your best isn't cutting it. I'm gonna be late tonight, so don't make dinner yet.
What? I already started cooking. You should tell me earlier if you're going to be late, or I'll make dinner at the usual time.
Whatever. Just throw out what you're making now and make something fresh when I get home.
That's so wasteful. I could just reheat it when you get home.
I hate reheated food. You know this.
It's your favorite lasagna. It actually tastes better reheated.
No, it doesn't.
How late will you be? Maybe I can time it differently?
I don't know exactly. Just be ready to cook when I tell you I'm on my way.
That's really difficult to plan around.
You're getting pretty mouthy lately, aren't you? Who do you think you are? You're a parasite. When your husband tells you to do something, you just say yes.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to avoid wasting food.
That's my food you're wasting. I paid for it.
It's our food. We're married.
With my money, don't forget that.
Tyler, I've decided I want to work.
Not this again. We've already settled this.
But I've been thinking about it a lot. I could get a part-time job.
Then who would take care of the house?
I could still do that. Many women work and maintain their homes.
Those women aren't married to someone as successful as me.
I hate when you call me a parasite.
How many times do I have to spell it out for you? I told you before, you're useless garbage.
Not everyone thinks that way. No one wants to be a housewife if they're going to be called a parasite. I wish you'd consider how it feels to be on the receiving end of that.
Sounds like you just can't handle the truth. I'm the one feeding you, so stop complaining.
I'm not just complaining. I'm telling you how your words affect me.
Stop being so sensitive. The world doesn't care about your feelings. I'm preparing you for reality.
There's a difference between being honest and being cruel.
Now I'm cruel for supporting you financially while you sit at home? Stop arguing and just follow orders.
Remember when you first asked me to be a stay-at-home wife? You said you wanted me to take care of our home so you could focus on work.
Yeah, exactly.
But lately, your verbal abuse has gotten really bad. Ever since I became a stay-at-home wife, you've gradually started treating me differently. You take out your work frustrations on me especially.
You're imagining things.
I wouldn't bring it up if I thought that was the case. I'm keeping track now. You've called me useless, parasite, or garbage 17 times this week.
You're counting? That's pathetic!
It's not pathetic to notice patterns of disrespect.
If you're so miserable, why don't you leave?
If you think I'm just lounging around at home, wouldn't it be better for both of us if I got a job too?
You're the one doing such a poor job that you're seen as a parasite.
But I'm trying to improve.
And our dinner still tastes like cardboard.
I'm getting better. Even your mother said my roast was good last Sunday.
She was being polite, and now you want to work? You're just trying to run away from your responsibilities.
That's not true. I want to contribute financially and still maintain our home.
You can't even do one job right. How are you going to do two?
Many women successfully balance both.
A useless parasite like you would just get in everyone's way in the workplace. You made your own reputation.
You don't even know my work capabilities. I was good at my job before we married.
That entry-level position? Anyone could do that job.
I had 2 promotions in 3 years.
In a tiny company, if you want me to acknowledge you, do such an amazing job with the housework that I'm blown away.
So that's how you really feel. You want me to just accept being called names and treated like a servant?
I want you to excel at your actual job instead of dreaming about escaping it. Also, be grateful you can even be a stay-at-home wife in this economy. You get to chill at home with no stress.
I wouldn't call it no stress when I'm constantly walking on eggshells around you.
If you did things right the first time, you wouldn't need to walk on eggshells.
That's not fair. You're impossible to please.
No, you're just incompetent. Start considering my needs more. My body hurts.
From what? Did something happen at work?
Just general tension, probably from all the stress you cause me.
I'm sorry you're feeling that way. Would you like me to draw you a bath when you get home?
Finally, a useful suggestion. Yes, have it ready at exactly 7:30.
I'll do that, and I'll make fresh dinner when you're done.
That's more like it.
How are you feeling today, Tyler?
Terrible, obviously.
I figured. I'm heading to the hospital now.
Why aren't you here already? The accident happened hours ago.
I came as soon as they called me.
You're never around when I actually need you.
That's not fair. The doctors needed time to stabilize you anyway.
Whatever, just hurry up.
Need me to bring you anything?
Just get here now. I have to call a nurse just to use the bathroom. I don't want to rely on strangers.
I'm on my way. I should be there in about 20 minutes.
Make it 15. The nurses here are incompetent.
I'll try. Traffic is heavy right now.
Try harder. I'm stuck in a hospital bed while you're out there free as a bird.
I'm coming as fast as I safely can. What did the doctors say about your condition?
Why did this have to happen to me? This is bullshit.
It happened because you were looking at your phone while driving. You should be grateful you're even alive.
Are you seriously blaming me right now? When I'm lying here in pain?
I'm not blaming you. I'm just stating what the police report said.
Great, so you've been talking to the police behind my back?
They contacted me, Tyler. They had to explain what happened.
I can't walk anymore. I might be bedridden for life.
But the doctor said with rehabilitation you could stand again, as long as you have something to support you.
You heard that, doctor. He was just trying to make me feel better.
No, He was being realistic. He showed me similar cases who recovered.
Those people probably weren't as badly injured as me. I'll never walk on my own again. You have no idea how this feels.
You're right. I don't. But I want to help you through this. I can support you emotionally and help with your rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation is just a waste of time and money.
You might be bedridden now, but if you start rehabilitation, things could improve.
I lost my job, too. This is the worst.
I'm so sorry about that. Did they call you already?
My boss visited earlier. Said they couldn't hold my position given the uncertain recovery timeline.
That's terrible. Did they offer any severance package?
A pathetic amount, not nearly enough for what we need now.
But you'll get disability benefits for a year. If you focus on rehabilitation during that time, things could get better.
Disability is a fraction of what I was making. How are we supposed to live on that?
We can adjust our spending, cut back on non-essentials. We could downsize our cable package, eat out less, postpone our vacation plans.
What happens after that year? We won't be able to survive?
Actually, I started working from home.
Huh? Who gave you permission?
I didn't think I needed permission. We're in a crisis situation.
You definitely need my permission. I'm still the head of this household.
I wanted to prove myself to you. I think we can manage with me working while I take care of you.
What kind of job did you even get? Who would hire you?
Remember my old marketing firm? They needed freelance help with social media management.
So you just posting on Facebook all day? That's not a real job!
It's more than that. I'm developing full campaigns and analyzing results. Don't worry about money. Just focus on your rehabilitation so you can gradually start doing things around the house.
What are you talking about? I'm bedridden, and you want me to do chores?
Not right away, but eventually being able to use the bathroom, take care of yourself. Wouldn't it be better to be more independent?
So you're already planning to shirk your responsibilities as my caretaker?
That's not what I meant. I just want you to have dignity and independence.
Dignity? I'm lying in a hospital bed wearing an adult diaper. There is no dignity here.
Which is why rehabilitation is so important.
Don't get all high and mighty just because you're working now.
How does that make any sense? I'm only thinking about what's best for you.
What's best for me is a wife who supports me unconditionally, not one who's already planning her escape route.
I'm not trying to escape. I'm trying to help us survive financially.
You've wanted to work all along. You're probably happy this happened, so you finally got your way.
That's a horrible thing to say. I never wanted this to happen to you.
But you're sure quick to take advantage of the situation.
Taking a job to support us is not taking advantage. It's being responsible.
I'm bedridden, so you need to do everything. And we don't need home health aides either. Housework and taking care of me are all your responsibilities now.
But I can't do it all alone, especially if I'm working.
Figure it out! Women multitask, right? Isn't that what you all brag about?
There are physical limitations to what one person can do. Home health aides are trained for this.
We need to increase our income.
That's not realistic. Not while I'm trying to care for you full time.
You've been a parasite all this time, so now it's time to repay the favor. Plus, you said you wanted to work. Now you can do what you want.
I wanted to work, yes, but not under these circumstances.
Beggars can't be choosers. You got what you wanted, so stop complaining.
I'm not complaining, I'm being realistic.
You'll never know until you try. That's what you kept telling me about getting a job, remember?
This is different. There are actual physical limitations to caregiving.
Just admit you don't want to take care of me. You're looking for excuses.
That's not true. I want to be there for you. I just need some help too.
Help is expensive. We need to save money now that I'm not working.
We could look into subsidized care programs. The hospital gave me some resources.
I don't want government handouts. We'll manage on our own. Hey, it's dinner time. Where are you?
Working at a cafe.
Why did you leave the house? You didn't tell me you were going anywhere today.
I had a client meeting nearby. We needed to meet face to face.
You can't just meet over video call?
The client specifically requested in person.
You should have told me you were leaving.
I did tell you this morning. I mentioned it when I brought your breakfast.
I don't remember that. You must have mumbled it.
I wrote it on the whiteboard too, by your bed.
Don't leave without telling me. I can't get out of bed.
Your hands work fine, and you have a urinal by the bed, so you're good.
Are you kidding me? You expect me to just use a urinal all day?
It's just for a few hours. I'll be home by 6.
What if I need something else?
I left snacks and water on your bedside table. Everything is within reach.
Those dry crackers? That's not proper food.
It's just to tide you over until dinner. I'll cook when I get back.
You've been slacking on taking care of me lately. When I call for you, you pretend not to hear me.
I can't be available 24/7. I have work too, and there are things you could do by yourself if you tried. Stop being so dependent.
What's with that attitude? I'm literally disabled. Dependent is exactly what I am.
The doctor said your arms and hands work perfectly. You could be doing more for yourself.
Like what?
Like feeding yourself, operating the TV remote, reading a book.
That's not the same as being independent, and you know it.
It's a start. Small steps toward more independence.
Women get so full of themselves once they start working. I thought you were different.
This isn't about me working. This is about establishing reasonable expectations.
Reasonable? You're abandoning me for hours to go drink lattes with clients.
It was a business meeting. That's how I earn money for us now.
You used to respect me as the head of this household.
When you were working, you couldn't just come home whenever I needed you, right? Just because I work from home doesn't mean I'm free all the time. You should try to be more helpful instead.
What could I do in this condition? Shouldn't a wife be more nurturing?
I am nurturing. I feed you, bathe you, help with your exercises.
While sighing and checking your phone every 5 minutes.
I have work emails to respond to. That's part of my job now.
Your job used to be taking care of me and this house.
Now, my job is both earning money and taking care of you and the house.
Shut up! Just come home now. I'm hungry.
There's food next to your bed. Eat that.
What is this insect jelly? This is all there is. I don't see anything else.
That's your lunch. Perfect for a parasite like you.
What? Are you messing with me? Are you seriously calling me a parasite now?
Isn't that ironic? The tables have turned.
This isn't funny, Autumn. I had an accident. I didn't choose this.
And I didn't choose to be a stay-at-home wife only to be constantly berated. No, you're the one who's been messing with me. You never do your rehabilitation, and you call me for every little thing. I can't get any work or housework done because of it.
That's what being a caretaker is, responding to needs.
There's a difference between needs and wants. You need medication. You want me to fetch the remote that's 6 inches from your hand.
You've become so cold since you started working.
And you've become increasingly dependent since your accident. You do nothing but complain. Isn't that exactly what you called a parasite?
I can't move. I didn't choose to be like this. Don't call me a parasite.
Neither did I choose to be a stay-at-home wife only to be called a parasite.
That was different. You were healthy and capable.
And you were cruel and ungrateful.
How can you compare the two situations? I'm literally disabled.
Yes, it must be hard not being able to move, but the accident was your fault.
Oh, so we're back to blaming me for the accident? Nice, Autumn. Really compassionate.
I'm stating facts. You were texting while driving. The police report confirmed it.
You think I don't regret that every single day?
I don't know what you regret. You never talk about it. At first, I felt sorry for you and wanted to take care of you. But I can't stay with someone who makes no effort and only spews verbal abuse.
Me? Verbal abuse?
Yes, you. Calling me a parasite, useless, garbage to society, that's verbal abuse.
I was just being honest about your performance as a housewife.
No, you were being cruel to someone who was trying their best.
And now you're being cruel to someone who's bedridden.
I'm not being cruel. I'm setting boundaries after months of being treated like your servant.
I need you, Autumn. Why can't you understand that?
I understand you need care. What I don't accept is being treated disrespectfully while providing that care.
So you're gonna leave me?
I've been thinking about it for a while now.
What do you mean?
I want a divorce. To be honest, I don't love you anymore.
Divorce? You're abandoning me because I can't walk? How could you do this to me when I'm at my lowest?
No, that's not it. All the things I've been putting up with have just piled up.
What things? Taking care of your husband? That's your duty!
No, It's the years of emotional abuse that led us here.
Emotional abuse? Now you're just making things up.
You said I was useless garbage to society, right? So what does that make you now?
This is completely different. I'm injured!
And that gives you the right to treat me like your servant?
I never treated you like a servant!
You call me to hand you things that are within your reach. You refuse to try feeding yourself.
Because it's humiliating! Do you have any idea what it's like to be helpless?
I do, actually. I felt helpless every time you tore down my confidence and self-worth.
You're saying this to me in my condition? You're the worst!
You skip rehabilitation. You call for me from morning to night. I barely get any sleep.
That's what caretaking is! It's not a 9-to-5 job!
Which is exactly why we need professional help. I can't be your nurse, maid, cook, and breadwinner all at once.
We can't afford professional help!
We could if you'd allow me to apply for the assistance programs the hospital recommended.
I told you I don't want handouts!
Yet you refuse to let home health aides help, and your arms work fine so you could do more for yourself.
I'm suffering too, you know!
I suffered as a stay-at-home wife, and now I'm suffering even more.
At least acknowledge that my suffering is worse!
This isn't a competition of who has it worse, and I'm still trapped in a toxic relationship where I'm never good enough.
You really are heartless!
Any desire I had to support you is gone.
How can you say that after everything we've been through?
Including all the times you called me worthless.
I never called you worthless! Just come home!
No, I'm leaving for good.
You can't be serious! Where are you gonna go?
I've already found an apartment.
You've been planning this?
I've been thinking about it since before your accident. I just didn't have the means to leave then.
You were gonna leave me even before I got hurt? This is abandonment! I could sue you for this!
You're welcome to try. I've documented your verbal abuse over the past year.
You've been documenting our private conversations? That's a violation of trust!
It's time for you to face reality and make an effort.
I can't believe you're doing this to me!
I'm doing something for me.
For you? Marriage is about sacrifice!
I've sacrificed for years. It's only made you more entitled.
So you're just giving up on our marriage?
There's nothing left to save. You destroyed it with your constant belittling. And remember everything you've done to me.
Give me another chance. I'll be better.
You had countless chances. Nothing changes.
This time will be different, I promise.
I've made my decision already.
Autumn, come home now! My parents called in a home health aide without asking me, and it's awful! A stranger is helping me bathe! It's humiliating!
I'm not coming back. Your parents gave you the divorce papers, right? Please sign them.
I can't believe you're gone!
Yes, I am.
But I thought you'd come to your senses!
This wasn't an impulsive decision. I've been thinking about it for months.
This guy they hired, he's so rough when he moves me.
The agency can assign someone else if you talk to them.
I don't want anyone else. I want my wife.
I'm not your wife anymore.
Are you sure about this? If you leave me now, you'll be known as the heartless woman who abandoned her bedridden husband. Everyone will judge you for this.
It really doesn't bother me.
My family will hate you.
Your parents actually understand my position.
You spoke to my parents about our private matters?
They deserve to know why I was leaving. They're your primary caregivers now. They needed to understand the situation.
Did you tell them I abused you?
I told them the truth.
You're a cold-hearted woman. I don't know why I married someone like you.
I feel the same way. You looked down on me as a parasite when I was a stay-at-home wife. I never understood your thinking.
I was trying to motivate you to be better.
That's not how motivation works.
I was protecting you. I was keeping you safe from the harsh world.
All you wanted was a slave who would do whatever you said.
A slave? I gave you everything.
Many women would not envy being called a parasite daily by their husband.
You're exaggerating. It wasn't daily.
I have the texts, Tyler. I've been hurt by your words for so long.
Words are just words.
Your words revealed what you really thought of me.
I'm the one who's hurt now. I had an accident and now my wife is leaving me. I'm clearly the victim here.
We've both been hurt.
Yours are just feelings.
Emotional damage can be just as lasting as physical injuries.
You're just selfish. You only think about yourself.
I spent years thinking about only you. This was never about your accident. I would have left eventually regardless.
You're human garbage.
And there it is again.
What?
I'm just pointing out that you haven't changed.
Because you're betraying me when I'm most vulnerable.
So what should I have done? Should I have never objected and just lived that way forever? That's not a marriage.
You should have communicated better about how you felt.
I tried countless times.
You never said it was serious enough to leave me over.
I shouldn't have to threaten divorce to be treated with basic respect. I was supportive and loyal until you destroyed my self-worth.
The happiest thing for a woman is being a stay-at-home wife, right?
Many women are happiest in their careers, others as homemakers. It depends on the person.
But you agreed to be a stay-at-home wife. You wanted it too.
I agreed to be a partner, not a servant.
I was hard on you because you're not that bright.
Excuse me? I have a marketing degree and now run successful campaigns for multiple clients.
Anyone can post on social media.
My clients who pay me good money would disagree.
Whatever. I'll forgive you for everything if you come home right now. This whole divorce thing was just to get my attention, right?
What? No, it wasn't. It's a real decision I've made about my life.
You can't be serious. After 7 years of marriage?
That's irrelevant. I want a divorce because I've reached my limit. Didn't you just say you don't know why you married someone like me?
You know I didn't mean it!
Just like you didn't mean all those times you called me names?
Exactly! I say things I don't mean when I'm upset!
That's not an excuse for years of consistent verbal abuse. I didn't make this decision lightly either. Wait, are you scared of getting divorced?
No! I'm worried about you being single again!
I'm doing perfectly fine.
For now!
I'll continue building my skills and portfolio like any professional.
And my parents are saying it's hard to take care of me. They're so desperate they're calling in home health aides.
Your parents understand my decision. When I told them everything you've done to me, they apologized to me in tears and said they'd help me.
You turned my parents against me?
I didn't turn anyone against you. I simply showed them our text conversations.
Those were private!
They needed to understand why I was leaving.
So you showed them messages to make me look bad?
I showed them everything, Tyler. They said I shouldn't worry about your future either. They said they'd make sure you're taken care of.
Oh, great! So now I'm their burden!
They don't see you as a burden. They just understand why I can't stay. So I have no intention of taking care of you ever again.
Are you serious? You're really planning to divorce me?
I've already filed the papers and moved out. What did you think was happening?
You're really going to abandon me!
Stop saying abandon.
What else would you call it? You took vows!
I call it self-preservation, and those vows were broken long ago by your behavior.
What will people think when they hear about this?
I don't care what people think.
Autumn! How am I supposed to live if you leave me?
You can live however you want. You might be bedridden now, but they said with rehabilitation you could live in a wheelchair.
A wheelchair? That's your solution?
It's better than giving up and lying in bed for the rest of your life.
I can't do it alone. I can't stay motivated without you. I was just acting tough before, and I took advantage of you. I never thought you'd actually divorce me.
Why are you suddenly being so weak?
I'm being honest for once. I need you.
You should have thought about that before you spent years breaking me down.
Let's talk properly. You still have stuff at the house, right? Come by the room when you pick it up. I'll apologize properly.
All my belongings have already been moved out. You wouldn't have noticed since you barely leave your bed.
You took everything?
I took what was mine. I've been thinking about divorce since you first called me a parasite, so I was prepared to leave at any time.
So it's not because I became bedridden?
I'm not divorcing you because you had an accident and can't walk. It's not because you can't work anymore. It's because I can't stand your condescending attitude that treats me like an idiot.
I see now. I really did ask you to be a stay-at-home wife with your best interests in mind at first.
Maybe you did, but that intention didn't last long.
I didn't mean to say such awful things, but when I thought about you lounging around at home day after day, I was stressed.
That's still not an excuse. Plenty of people have stressful jobs without taking it out on their spouses.
I know that now!
It's too late for all this. Besides, you didn't change even after becoming bedridden. You just found new ways to be controlling and demeaning.
I'm really sorry! I'll seriously reflect on my behavior!
I hope you do, for your sake and for any future relationships you might have.
Future relationships? I want you!
That's not an option anymore.
Forgive me! I'll stop being so dependent. I'll do my rehabilitation. I'll try to help with housework, too.
I don't need that from you. Do it for yourself.
I will. I promise. Just give me another chance.
I've given you too many chances already. And stop contacting me. I'm blocking you after this. If anything comes up, contact my lawyer.
No! Wait! What are you gonna do now? You can stay at the house until I find you?
I can live anywhere. I already have a new apartment, and my business is doing well.
But what about us?
Two parasites can't live together, right?
Stop throwing that word back at me! I told you I didn't mean it!
Words have consequences, Tyler. This is one of them. Goodbye. Afterward, with the help of his parents, I was able to divorce my husband. From the outside, it might seem like I should be criticized for abandoning him, but no one who heard about his verbal abuse ever blamed me. Someone who is never satisfied with what his wife does and treats her like property will probably never be able to understand others. I don't regret refusing to reconcile even after he apologized. By the way, I heard that although my ex-husband was admitted to rehabilitation hospital at his parents' urging, he was so devastated by the divorce that he refuses to do any rehabilitation exercises and just lies in his hospital room all day. His body won't get better that way, but he's truly a foolish man. If this continues, he really will be bedridden for life. I moved into a studio apartment and now focus entirely on my work. With my ex-husband's care no longer taking up my time, my productivity has increased, and I now look forward to saving money on each payday. I told him I was going to find a new host, but honestly, I'm happy being alone right now. I can spend my hard-earned money on whatever I want, eat whatever I want, and for a while, I'm going to enjoy living for myself.
Hey, Kate, why aren't you home? And dinner's not even ready.
Tom, you're back already?
What's that supposed to mean? Is it wrong for me to come home?
No, you haven't been home this early in weeks. I was just surprised.
So you're keeping track of when I come home now?
No, it's not that. You usually come home much later. Sorry, I'm just on my way back from my part-time job and stopped at the grocery store. I'll hurry home.
What are you even doing at the grocery store at this hour?
Getting ingredients for dinner. They have markdowns on fresh produce after 6 p.m.
Seriously? Bargain hunting again?
We need to watch our expenses.
This is what happens when I come home early for once. What's the point of having you as a housewife if you can't have dinner on the table when I walk through the door?
But you've been coming home late recently, so I just assumed you wouldn't be home yet today.
You should always assume I might come home at a normal time.
I'll remember that from now on.
Are you really at work or are you out having fun with your friends?
What? Why would you think that?
You seem awfully defensive.
How could you say that? I don't even have money for fun. We're sending money to your mom every month, and recently you've been using the credit card too much. That's why I'm working overtime, trying to make ends meet.
What do you mean I've been using the credit card too much?
The statement came yesterday. There were 3 restaurant charges over $100 each.
So you're saying it's my fault? I work hard every day to bring home money. We're short on cash because you're not good at managing it.
How did you come to that conclusion?
Well, my coworkers are living pretty decent lives. We make the same salary, but they have nice things and brand name stuff. The only difference between them and me is the wife.
Do their wives also send $500 to their in-laws every month?
Don't bring my mother into this.
There might be other differences too. Maybe they work together as a team to save money instead of forcing everything onto their partner. Besides, if we didn't have to send money to your mom, our life would be a bit better.
We have to send that money. Mom's struggling. And isn't this what family does? Help each other out? Or are you just bitter because it's my parents? Is it because we don't send money to yours?
I don't think that at all, but your mom just went on a hot springs vacation the other day.
She deserves to relax sometimes.
With the money we send her?
Old folks need their social life too. Can't you let her enjoy a simple vacation?
I'm just saying, she doesn't seem to be struggling. Yesterday, she even came over to show off stuff she bought online.
What, are you saying my mom should live in poverty?
That's not what I mean, but I think she might be spending a bit too carelessly.
You don't know anything about her situation.
I know she bought 3 designer bags last month.
Are you spying on my mother now?
She showed them to me herself, Tom.
She worked hard to raise me. I want her to live comfortably now. Can't you understand how I feel?
I'm sorry. I won't say anything more about the money we sent her, but could you please cut back on the credit card spending?
Look, men have social obligations, though I guess a housewife like you wouldn't understand.
I work part-time too.
A few hours at a convenience store hardly counts.
I work 30 hours a week.
Part-time work is practically just a hobby. Don't compare it to being a full-time employee.
That's not fair. I work hard too.
At what? Bargain hunting?
At everything. The house, the cooking, the shopping.
Just get home quickly, clean the bathroom, and make dinner. Do your actual duties before worrying about part-time work.
I'll be home in 20 minutes.
Make it 10. Kate, you're off from your part-time job today, right?
Yeah, I am. I'll pick up your suit from the dry cleaners too. And for dinner, I'm making this rice pilaf you said you wanted.
About dinner.
What is it?
Sorry, but I'll be late today.
Huh? You didn't say you'd be working late?
Since when do I need to report my schedule to you?
I just want to plan meals accordingly.
Work came up suddenly. Can't help it.
Well, I can freeze the dinner.
Don't bother. I'll grab something.
That's more expense.
More importantly, you haven't sent Mom's money yet, right?
I was planning to go to the bank when I pick up the dry cleaning.
Perfect timing, then.
Why? Is something wrong?
Actually, Mom asked if we could increase the amount we send.
Wait, we're already sending $500 a month. How much more are we talking about?
Just a bit more.
How much is a bit?
She'd like another $300.
$800? Come on, that's just...
Your part-time job brings in about $800 a month, right? So it's not impossible.
Is that why you asked if I was working today?
What's wrong with wanting to discuss finances?
Of course it's impossible. I use $500 for your mom's allowance, and the other $300 goes toward covering what we're short on living expenses. We can't increase it anymore.
We can cut back somewhere?
No, we can't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Do you know how much spending money I've had for myself in the last 6 months?
No idea.
Less than $10.
Okay, and?
Are you serious? And? You get $500 a month for yourself and you don't see anything wrong with that?
Well, I work!
I work too!
A real job, I mean!
What exactly makes my job not real?
Like I said, you're just part-time. Don't act so high and mighty about your little job.
Without my part-time money, we couldn't even send money to your mom. Don't belittle it.
Then just shut up and increase the money we send.
I told you we can't.
You're not even trying to find a solution.
Because there isn't one.
Then quit your part-time job and get a full-time position.
What?
You'd make more money that way, right?
After spending years telling me to stay home?
Times change.
I became a housewife because you wanted me home. I only started part-time work because of the money we sent to your mom. Aren't you being a bit unreasonable?
Mom needs help.
And I need to eat.
It's because you're so stingy.
Call me stingy if you want, but we can't do what's impossible. I'm sorry, but we'll have to tell your mom we can't increase the payments.
Mom's not gonna like that.
We don't have a choice.
It's too late to refuse now. If you don't like the increase, then get out.
What?
You heard me. Mom says she doesn't want a daughter-in-law like you, and I'm sick of having someone like you around as my wife, too. Every day you make cheap, depressing meals that put me in a bad mood. You don't wear makeup. You look shabby. Your clothes are all pilled. Every time something comes up, it's, we don't have money. Always nagging about saving money. I don't need a woman like that.
You're the one who made me this way. I can't even afford makeup products. That's why I can't do anything to look a little better.
Other wives manage just fine.
Other wives aren't supporting their mother-in-law's shopping addiction.
It's your responsibility if you can't manage the money I earn. I'm bringing money into the house, aren't I?
What's that supposed to mean? What do you think I've been working for?
Don't act like you're the only one trying hard.
I never said that.
What's it gonna be? Are you gonna agree to increase the money we send, or are you moving out?
Fine, Tom. You telling me to get out means you're okay with us separating, right?
Is that a threat?
It's a question.
I guess so. There are plenty of better women out there. Maybe I'll remarry someone cute and younger who doesn't complain all the time.
I see. Well then, I won't increase the money we send.
You're choosing this?
You're the one who gave me the choice.
Then divorce it is. Get out of my house. I don't need a wife who can't support her husband and mother-in-law. Hey, Kate, when are you planning to move out? How many days has it been since you said you'd leave?
I have to pack. People can't just move out immediately.
You've had enough time.
It's been 3 days.
Exactly. More than enough.
Moving takes time.
Well, we need you out as soon as possible.
Why?
You really want to know?
Yes, I do.
Because Mom's gonna live here from now on. Her house is old, right? So we decided this would be a good opportunity for her to move in with me.
When was this decided?
Mom and I talked about it yesterday.
Without consulting me at all.
Why would I need to consult you? You're leaving anyway.
What about her house?
It won't sell for much, but we're planning to sell it. Not sure if it'll even sell with the leaky roof and all.
Oh, is that so?
You don't have that much stuff, so why is it taking so long? Could it be that you don't really want to leave?
There's more to pack than you'd think.
Like what? Your bargain clothes?
Everything that's accumulated over our marriage.
By the way, Mom went over there, right? She said she'd help you pack because she wants you out quickly.
Help isn't the word I'd use.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, your mom just complained and left, saying, "We don't need a stingy wife. Get out and don't ever come back here, blah, blah, blah."
Well, can't blame her for saying that.
Seems like neither of you understand who's really at fault here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? Of course, it's not just your mom's fault. You're responsible too.
You're really arrogant until the end, aren't you? After we let you be a housewife all this time.
Let me be a housewife? That's interesting.
What's interesting about it?
Like I said before, I became a housewife because you asked me to. You're acting like everything's my fault, but this situation is your responsibility.
You're the one who's wrong. You can't even manage the household budget.
You and your mom are the ones who made that impossible.
Always blaming others.
Just stating facts.
You might have been a bit more endearing if you showed some sadness or regret. I guess I was right to decide on divorce.
I think this is for the best too.
Acting tough, huh? Don't come crying back later. I won't let you back into my house.
What are you talking about? You're the one who won't be allowed back in.
What?
I've been organizing your belongings this whole time. I just finished packing the last box.
My belongings?
Did you forget? This house was given to me by my relatives.
So what? I'm the head of the household.
Being head of household doesn't mean what you think it means.
What are you talking about?
The house is in my name. Don't tell me you thought being the head of household gave you property rights.
What? That can't be true!
Of course it's true. I can't believe you didn't know this. I'm shocked.
Stop joking around!
Check the property registry if you don't believe me.
So the house isn't mine? When was this decided?
When I inherited it, of course. I did explain it to you, but you were so excited about getting a house that you didn't listen at all. I thought it was strange when you were acting like you owned the place, telling me to get out. I can't believe you actually thought it would become yours.
But I've been supporting this household all this time!
With my inheritance and my part-time job.
That's irrelevant! Get out of my house! I'll have your things delivered to your parents' place!
I think you mean your things will be delivered to your parents' place.
Don't mess with me! Don't touch my stuff! You'll regret this when I get home!
Oh, by the way, I changed the locks too. You won't be able to get in anymore.
You can't do that!
I already did. Your boxes will be outside.
Listen, Kate, can't you forgive us already? We've apologized so many times. Even Mom begged you for forgiveness.
After a week of harassment?
We've reflected on our actions.
So what? You think I'll forgive you just because you apologized? Also, I want to get the divorce proceedings done quickly. I'm going to contact a lawyer, so can you decide on a date soon?
That's why I want you to reconsider the divorce.
There's nothing to reconsider.
We can start over. I'll do better.
I did reconsider, and it's still a no. Besides, weren't you the one who wanted a divorce at first? Don't tell me you're changing your mind just because you can't have the house.
No, it's not just that. I realize now that I wasn't thinking straight.
Is that what your lawyer told you to say?
I haven't talked to a lawyer.
Well, I have.
What? Since when?
Actually, I've been thinking about divorce for a while now.
Really?
Of course. You'd come home late every night from partying, and on the rare occasions you came home early, all you did was complain. Your mom has been bullying me since the day we got married, and I was working just to send money to someone who treated me like that. Even though our finances were tight because of your overspending, I still worked hard to make it all work.
I'm sorry. I really caused you a lot of trouble.
Sorry doesn't fix anything.
I can change.
If you understand that, then you'll agree to the divorce, right?
It's because I understand that I want to start over. You know my parents' house is old. We can't live there with Mom now. She was really looking forward to moving in here.
So this is about the house again.
No, it's about family.
That's not my problem. You and your mom will never set foot in this house again. If you want to give her a nice place to live, work hard and move somewhere else.
Mom's getting old.
And that's my problem because...
She needs our support.
So what? We're getting divorced, and I don't consider her my mother anymore, even by marriage.
You don't have to put it like that.
How should I put it then? All she ever did was bully me. She knew I couldn't afford to buy anything and was living on a tight budget because of your spending, but she'd always come over bragging about where she went and what she bought. I really hated it.
She just didn't have anyone to talk to.
She had plenty of friends to shop with.
That's different.
And you never did anything when I told you about how your mom treated me.
I'm sorry about that.
Also, I know about your affair.
What?
Should I be more specific?
What are you talking about?
It's with that bartender at your favorite bar, right? You were talking about living together, saying you'd divorce your wife.
How? Did you investigate?
When you came home late, you'd throw your phone down drunk and fall asleep. Who do you think picked it up and put it on your desk every time?
Don't look through my stuff!
You should have locked your phone then. Besides, I only saw the notifications. And now your apologies and regret are probably lies too. You were planning to take the house from me and kick me out, weren't you?
No, that's not true! I wouldn't do that!
The messages say otherwise.
Those messages don't mean anything!
You were having an affair behind my back, planning to live with her and trying to kick me out. You even increased your mom's allowance just to make me suffer, didn't you? How could I trust someone who would do something like that?
If you knew everything, then why...
Why did I stay quiet? Because I cared about you, obviously. I kept hoping that the person I met and married would come back, as stupid as that sounds.
Kate!
But I finally woke up. I realized you don't care about me at all, so I stopped making useless efforts.
It's not useless! Kate, I'm sorry. I really know I messed up!
If you're really sorry, then let's just get divorced quickly and you'll have to pay the settlement properly. That's what showing sincerity means, right?
I understand. You won't have to send money to my mom anymore. I'll cut back on spending, and I'll give you proper spending money, too.
Too late for that.
We can work this out!
If you could have done that from the start, what was I working so hard for all this time?
I wanted to depend on you. You were kind, responsible, and did everything for me.
If that's the case, I guess I spoiled you too much. But hey, if I forgave you, what would you do about your affair partner? From what I saw in your messages, it seemed pretty serious.
She's nothing serious. She's just some woman working in a bar, flirting with men for money. I never really trusted her. I just had a bit of fun. Besides, her makeup and clothes are way too flashy.
That's rich, coming from someone who called me shabby because I couldn't afford makeup.
I was just angry then. Anyway, you're better than some bar worker. I'll break it off with her right away.
I see. Well, I just took a screenshot of what you said and sent it to your affair partner.
What?
Want me to forward it to you too?
You're bluffing. How do you have her number?
Your bar girlfriend, Carly, right? I went to meet her the other day to discuss compensation for the affair. We exchanged contact info then.
That has to be a lie. Carly hasn't said anything to me.
Seems like Carly was pretty serious about you. When I asked if she wanted to know which one of us you'd choose, she was interested. Said she wanted to know your true feelings.
No! Stop! Don't send it! I'll give up on the house.
See, you just wanted the house after all, didn't you? Of course you did. A detached house near the station with a yard. It would sell for a good price, too. So naturally, someone who spends money like you would want it. But Carly didn't know about living with your mom, did she? You never told her that part.
Carly will understand about living with Mom!
You think so?
She's different from you!
Different how? More understanding about living with your mother while you spend all your money on her?
You haven't really sent it yet, have you? Please, don't do it!
Sorry, but I already sent it. You'll have to take responsibility for all the ways you've hurt me. Make sure you pay the settlement properly. I won't compromise on a single penny. After all, I'm such a stingy woman, right?
I'll pay anything, just don't send her any more messages!
Too late for that, too. Good luck explaining everything to Carly. After that, Tom rushed to apologize to Carly, but she was shocked by his cruel words, even if they were lies. Finding out about his secret plans for his mom to move in was the final straw for her, and she ended up dumping him. She had her own ambitions for her future, and being forced to live with her mother-in-law wasn't part of them. My conversation with her revealed that Tom had painted a very different picture of our marriage to her, claiming I was cold and unaffectionate, never mentioning the financial struggles or his mother's demands. Having lost everything, Tom tried to delay our divorce again, but I took it to mediation. I told him I would pursue the divorce with all my might, no matter how long it took. His tactics changed from begging to threatening, then back to begging, but I remained firm. After about 6 months, he finally gave in, and our divorce was finalized. Because of his affair and verbal abuse, I received a larger settlement than I expected. The mediator was particularly concerned about the pattern of financial abuse and his attempts to force me out of my own home. Though it took time, everything wrapped up in a way that felt right to me. The reason Tom finally gave in was that his life had become much harder. His mom, who had gotten used to receiving money from us, wasn't satisfied with just what Tom could give her. She started shopping behind his back, which led them to having daily arguments. The monthly allowance that had seemed so reasonable when it came from both our incomes became a massive burden for Tom alone. Tom had to take out a loan to pay my settlement in full, but recently I heard that his mom had secret debts too, and both of them ended up in a cycle of debt. Some mutual friends told me that Tom had to move into a tiny apartment with his mother, and their relationship deteriorated quickly when they had to actually live together. His mother's spending habits, which he had always defended, became a source of constant conflict when they affected his daily life directly. I don't feel any sympathy for how dramatically they've fallen. It's their own fault. And thinking about their current situation makes me feel relieved. All those years of enduring their demands and abuse, of being called stingy and shabby, while they lived beyond their means at my expense. It all came back to them in the end. Now I found a full-time job and I'm living freely like I did when I was single. I can buy the makeup and clothes I want, eat what I like, and every day is so fulfilling and happy. After holding back for so long, I've decided to spoil myself a lot. I started taking dance classes, something I've always wanted to do but could never afford. I've redecorated the house to my taste, replacing the furniture my mother-in-law had criticized so often. My salary goes entirely toward my own needs and wants. And I'm amazed at how far it can stretch when I'm not supporting 2 other people's spending habits. And in my spacious house that now feels even bigger, I'm planning to welcome new family members. On weekends, I visit animal shelters looking at rescue cats and dogs. I've already picked out a spot for a cat tree by the window and bought some toys. I can't stop getting excited thinking about what's ahead. The shelter staff know me by name now, and they're helping me find the perfect pet to share my new life with. Sometimes I think about how different my life might have been if I had given in to Tom's demands, if I had agreed to increase his mother's allowance, if I had meekly accepted their treatment of me. But those thoughts don't last long. I want to quickly forget about the past and fully enjoy my new life. The future is bright, and for the first time in years, it's entirely my own. Mike, where are you? You must be done with work by now. Don't tell me you're out drinking.
You got it, as sharp as ever, Sarah.
Have you even packed Emma's lunch for tomorrow?
Oh, was I supposed to do that tonight?
This isn't funny. You know I have to leave early tomorrow morning, right? Don't tell me you forgot.
It's your week-long business trip, right? Of course I remember.
Did you at least check the schedule I left on the fridge?
Come on, I don't need a schedule. I can handle it.
You'll need to take Emma to daycare tomorrow since I won't be able to. I'm counting on you.
Drop her off by 8:30 a.m., right? I remember that too. You're being so fussy about everything.
Have you even set your alarm? The daycare opens at 8.
Stop treating me like I can't handle basic things.
I'm not being fussy. You have work tomorrow too, so take it easy tonight. It'll be a problem if you can't wake up.
It'll be fine. I won't be able to go drinking for a whole week while you're gone. Cut me some slack today. I'll make sure to get back before it affects tomorrow.
Did you at least eat dinner with Emma before going out?
She had some snacks. She said she wasn't hungry.
Snacks aren't dinner, Mike. She needs proper meals.
She's fine. She's not complaining.
All right, I know I'm causing you trouble with my schedule, but remember, you have responsibilities tomorrow, so come home early.
I get it. I'll be back before midnight.
That's what you always say, but you end up drinking until morning. You're not as young as you used to be, Mike. It's time to grow up.
Hey, this drinking session isn't even my fault this time.
Did one of your coworkers invite you out?
No. Look, I'll have to pick up Emma during your business trip, right?
That's why I arranged for extended daycare hours, and you agreed to leave work early.
Well, leaving early for a whole week inconveniences everyone at work. This drinking session is to make it up to them, so it's actually pretty necessary. Think of it as soft power in the office.
And who's going to make it up to Emma when you're too hungover to make her breakfast?
Relax, Sarah. I told you I'll come back home as soon as everyone's had enough to drink and they're all satisfied. I won't oversleep tomorrow.
Wow, such lies. You're just happy to have an excuse to go drinking, aren't you?
Maybe a little. Yeah, I guess that's part of it.
I knew it. Will you and Emma really be okay for a week?
Listen, it'll be fine. She goes to daycare and she can handle basic things herself, so it should be fine, right? There's nothing to worry about.
She's 5 years old, Mike. She can't handle things herself.
You baby her too much. Give her a chance to grow a little.
Don't talk about it like it doesn't concern you. Emma's still just a preschooler. Please, promise me you won't leave her alone at home to go drinking or hanging out with your friends.
I get it. Come on, I'm her father. You could trust me a little more.
The last time I trusted you with Emma, you fell asleep and she drew all over the walls.
That was months ago. And she had fun, didn't she?
If you want trust, earn it. You never help with Emma's care.
Well, you usually handle everything. I figured I didn't need to get involved.
And what happens when I'm not around to handle everything?
That's what daycare is for, right?
That's exactly the problem. You don't step up when I need you to. Anyway, I've already told your mother about my business trip, so she'll help if anything comes up.
You told Mom? Give me a break. She's always so pushy.
That's because you don't take care of Emma. Your mom was worried too. She wasn't sure if you could handle it alone.
I'm not a kid anymore. Of course I can handle it. Everyone's always butting in when it comes to Emma. Mom needs to tone down her grandmother act.
She wouldn't need to if you showed some responsibility.
There you go again with the responsibility talk.
Well, it's true. Don't complain when she's helping us. I'll keep my phone on me at all times, too. Call me if anything happens.
Got it. Are we done here?
Have you at least looked at the medicine instructions I left?
Emma's not sick. Why would I need those?
Just in case of an emergency. Please, take this seriously.
It'll be fine. Trust me. Anyway, I'm gonna drink a bit more before heading home. You've got an early morning too, so get some sleep. Good night.
Just make sure you're home before Emma wakes up.
You worry too much. Good night. Sarah, reply as soon as you see this. It's an emergency. Emma collapsed.
What happened? Is she breathing?
She's breathing, just really hot.
What do you mean Emma collapsed? What were you doing?
She had a fever this morning, but she didn't seem that sick. Then, suddenly...
How high is her fever? Did you check?
I don't know exactly. The thermometer's somewhere.
Weren't you off work today? Why didn't you take her to the doctor?
The fever wasn't that bad. I didn't expect things to get this serious. What was I supposed to do?
What do you mean, what was I supposed to do? You said I could trust you. How did this happen?
Look, I don't know what happened either.
Did she eat anything today?
She said she wasn't hungry this morning.
Have you called your mother?
Not yet. I wanted to tell you first. And anyway, this isn't the time to be arguing. Try to stay calm.
Sorry, I lost my cool there. Blaming you won't help anything now.
No, it's okay. I got worked up too. Sorry.
So you said Emma collapsed. Is she okay?
She's sleeping now. Seems like she has a pretty high fever. I gave her some over-the-counter medicine.
Which medicine did you give her?
The pink one in the cabinet?
When did you give it to her?
Maybe an hour ago?
What about the hospital? Why haven't you taken her?
I can't find her health insurance card. I was planning to go to the hospital later.
Later? She needs to go now!
But without the card!
You don't need the insurance card right away. They'll see you immediately. Just go now! You can explain the situation and bring it by later. It's not a problem.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that since I rarely go to the hospital.
How long has she been like this?
Since this afternoon, I think.
Is she responsive? Can she talk?
She's mostly sleeping.
I'll save everything else I want to say for later. For now, just get to the hospital and call your mom.
What about you? Are you coming back?
I'll try to get back as soon as possible, but it might be tomorrow at the earliest. Until then, please, rely on your mom.
Mom? She's definitely going to lecture me.
This is not the time to worry about that. Just call her.
Don't get so angry. I was just joking.
Think about the situation before making jokes. I'll explain things to my company and try to wrap up early. Sorry, but please take care of Emma until I get back.
Got it. I'll call Mom now and let you know once things settle down.
Text me as soon as you get to the hospital.
Okay, I will.
Okay, give my regards to your mom. I'll let you know my exact return time once I know it.
I'll handle it. Don't worry too much.
Just keep me updated about Emma.
Hey, Sarah, did you see my note?
The note? Oh, that. Yeah, I saw it.
You're not saying anything?
What exactly should I say about it?
Look, I'm sorry for making you come back from your business trip like that. I was in a tough spot. I got invited for drinks and couldn't say no.
So you lied about Emma collapsing. I can't believe you.
It wasn't completely a lie. She did have a fever.
Where were you last night?
At the usual place with the guys from work. At first I thought about calling Mom, but if I told her I needed her to watch Emma so I could go drinking, she'd definitely give me grief. Getting you to come back was easier, so I gave it a shot.
Gave it a shot? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused?
It's not that serious. Emma's fine, isn't she? And I said I was sorry, didn't I? Besides, it's fine, right? It's not like your company will find out, and you got to come home early. That's lucky, if you ask me.
Lucky? You think lying about our daughter being sick is lucky? And that's not the point. Don't you understand you're causing trouble for me, my colleagues, my boss?
Come on, your company gave you time off easily, right?
Did you even check on Emma before going out?
Sorry for messing with your work, but it wasn't completely a lie, right? Emma did have a slight fever, and it's better to have her mother around when she's sick.
I told you I might not be back until the next day, so why did you go drinking before I got back?
The guys really wanted me to come out.
And Emma, what about what she needed?
Well, Emma was sleeping, and her fever was low, so I thought it'd be fine for a little while, and nothing happened, right?
Nothing happened? Are you serious right now?
She was sleeping when I left. What's the problem?
You left our sick child alone.
Come on, it was just a slight fever. You're overreacting. Hey, can we finish this talk later? I'm almost home.
Whatever. Do what you want.
You're making this bigger than it needs to be.
Am I? Really?
Why are you so angry? I said I was sorry. I'll apologize to Emma, too.
Don't bother with your apologies.
You're being unreasonable now.
Unreasonable? You haven't seen unreasonable yet.
Hey, where are you guys? Nobody's home. Are you out shopping with Emma?
Think harder about where we might be.
Just tell me where you are.
Not shopping. We're at the hospital. Emma was taken there by ambulance, thanks to you.
What? What do you mean? Which hospital?
What do you mean, what? She collapsed, obviously.
Wait, collapsed? I told you that was a lie! Emma just had a slight fever. There's no way she could have collapsed.
You'd know what happened if you'd been here.
Stop being cryptic and just tell me what's going on.
Even if it was just a slight fever, she was alone all night. She hadn't eaten anything either. When I got home, I found her collapsed in the kitchen.
Why was she in the kitchen?
To find food, because her father wasn't there to feed her. She was feverish and hungry, trying to find something to eat. Then her fever got worse and she collapsed. She was like that all night because you didn't come home from drinking out.
You should have called me when you found her like that.
I shouldn't have had to call you at all.
So when you say she's at the hospital, is Emma okay?
Now you ask about her condition? How dare you pretend to care now? Don't act like you're worried. I can't trust you anymore.
I'm not pretending. I'm genuinely worried about Emma.
Where was this worry last night?
I made a mistake, okay?
If you were really worried, you wouldn't have done this. Remember what you said? Trust me, I'm her father. Well, this is what happened when I trusted you.
You can't blame everything on me. How was I supposed to know this would happen? There's no way I could have predicted this.
Any parent would know not to leave a sick child alone. Thinking nothing would happen when you leave a preschooler alone? That's insane! Is Emma less important to you than drinking? That must be why you could do this so easily.
Don't twist my words. I care about Emma. Like I said before, I didn't mean any harm.
So it's okay to do anything as long as you don't mean harm? Get real. Emma is still suffering because of you. Your intentions don't matter when our daughter is in the hospital.
You're making it sound worse than it is. I said I was sorry, didn't I? You're being too persistent.
Too persistent about our daughter's safety? Wow. Seriously? You think you're in a position to say that? Do you still not understand how awful what you did was?
Enough about that. What matters now is Emma, right? Which hospital? I'll come see how she's doing.
I'm not telling you. You lost that right last night. You're not Emma's father anymore. Don't show your face to me ever again.
What? You can't keep me from seeing my daughter.
Yes, I can.
Don't give me that crap. I'm just worried about my daughter. You have no right to say things like that.
You gave up your rights when you abandoned her. If you had properly taken care of Emma, this wouldn't have happened. You lied to me so you could go drinking, then didn't even properly look after her. She's better off without a father like you.
You're being hysterical! Give me a break. Emma's in trouble right now. This isn't the time for a fight.
Oh, I will fight. This is about Emma's safety. You're the one who caused this trouble, Mike. Like you said, it could have just been a slight fever. You're the one who turned it into this situation. You have no right to say anything.
Let's talk about this when you've calmed down. You're being too emotional.
Emotional? Our daughter is in the hospital. If anything, you're too calm. How can you even say she's your precious daughter?
Is losing your cool what being a parent is about? No! Being calm and responding rationally is what parents should do. If anything, how are you being a mother right now?
Could you say that in front of Emma? Could you talk about being a parent in front of Emma, who's suffering because of you?
That's...
What would you tell her doctors? That you were too busy drinking? You can't say it, can you? Then stop interfering. The moment you left Emma alone to go out, you lost the right to call yourself a father. When you prioritized yourself over your responsibilities as a father, and I no longer consider you my husband.
You're overreacting. We can work this out. So you want a divorce? You're the one who's not thinking about Emma, making decisions based on momentary emotions. That's terrible.
This isn't momentary. This is years of negligence coming to a head. If we stay together, who knows what worse things might happen? How can we continue as a family while worrying about that? I'll regret it if I don't divorce you now. For Emma's sake, too. I can't continue being married to someone like you.
Wait, Sarah, you can't be serious. Give me another chance. I'll change. I said I was sorry. I'll never do anything like this again. Can't you forgive me?
Emma could have died alone in that kitchen. This is about our child's future. I won't put up with your selfishness anymore. From now on, take responsibility for your actions, though it's no longer our concern. After that, Mike and I got divorced. What Mike did was unforgivable, and I demanded compensation, though Mike opposed the divorce. There was no way his objections would stand in this situation. The divorce proceedings were straightforward. When the judge heard about Mike leaving a sick 5-year-old alone to go drinking, there wasn't much debate. The mediator even asked Mike if he understood the gravity of what he'd done. He still tried to argue that it was just one mistake and that divorcing over it was an overreaction. But everyone could see through his excuse. Not a single person took Mike's side. And I got custody of Emma. His own mother testified about his history of negligent behavior with Emma. She told the court about all the times she'd had to step in because Mike wasn't there for his daughter. It was painful to watch him realize that even his own family couldn't defend his actions. As for Emma, fortunately, her condition wasn't serious. Though she had to stay in the hospital for some tests, she's now discharged and happily attending daycare again. The doctor said she was lucky. Being alone with a high fever could have been much more dangerous. They gave me a long list of what could have gone wrong, which only confirmed that I'd made the right decision. By the way, I knew Emma wasn't in serious condition when Mike first contacted me, but I deliberately didn't tell him because I didn't want to. Even after she was discharged, I haven't told him anything about her condition. So Mike doesn't know how Emma is doing. Apparently, he's mentally exhausted from this, imagining the worst possible scenarios. He's been texting mutual friends, trying to get information about Emma's condition. Nobody's telling him anything. They all understand why I'm keeping him in the dark. I don't plan to tell him for a while. I want him to continue being haunted by his guilt. Maybe then he'll understand what it felt like for me, rushing home to find our daughter collapsed on the kitchen floor. The image of Emma lying there, trying to reach the cabinet for food while burning with fever. It's something I'll never forgive him for. After divorcing Mike, Emma and I moved back to my parents' house. While she's not at daycare, my parents help take care of her. They've been incredible, helping Emma adjust to our new life. She asks about her father sometimes, but less and less as time goes on. The stability of our new routine seems to be helping her heal. Because of what Mike did, leaving Emma out of my sight has become somewhat traumatic for me. Even during work, I worry and end up calling the daycare center or my parents. The daycare staff have been understanding. They always take my calls and give me detailed updates about Emma's day. They even installed a new parent communication app so I can check on her more easily. However, we can't stay like this forever. So, Emma and I are working on gradually changing this situation together. The counselor says my anxiety is normal after what happened, but that Emma and I need to work on building new trust, not just with others, but with life itself. It's a slow process, but we're getting there. Emma's resilience amazes me every day. Despite everything that happened, she still smiles, plays, and trusts. She's teaching me how to move forward. My parents say I'm being too hard on myself, that no mother should have to worry about their co-parent abandoning their sick child. But I can't help but think about all the warning signs I ignored. The times Mike chose drinking over family responsibilities. The moments he dismissed my concerns as nagging. At least now I know I made the right choice, not just for me, but for Emma's future.